So you're not going to believe what I'm about to show you. You can actually, in most cases, get a seller concession and simultaneously home prices are continuing to rise. It's a very interesting market. Let me show you this amazing data. So this is for DFW. This is active listing count, number of homes actively listed for sale. You can see in January, the number of homes in January to February stayed still, and then we see the spring selling season, and we see the inventory start to increase. So now let's check out a few other numbers. I'm going to start with January through March. So this is the median days on market, number of days a home for sale spent on the market, initial listing to closing, 57 days. So that's where it started. So at the start of the year this year, it was 57 days, which is the average time. Let's see, we're going to compare all this in a minute to where it is right now. The price surge, though, from 431, this is medium, list price available for homes in the market, not sold price. Just for list price, increased from 431 to 441. That's the medium list price from, basically from the end of January. It started at the start of the year, basically. It was January to February, but this is where the data pulled up. And sort of not surprisingly, the number of homes with price reductions was 3,500, so that was about 35%, and it went up to about 41% in February. Because why? That's what I've been telling everybody. There's not enough homes in the United States for people to buy. You need to get out there and buy a house right now. Forget about the interest rates. We'll refinance you when they drop. Because you can see the only reason there's price concessions is because there's enough room in the list price and people needed to sell the house. But there's very few listings, because what's happening is the lower the inventory, the fewer the price concessions. That's the sort of the takeaway there. So now let's compare this to where we're at today, just a few months later, where we're at today. So days on market have dropped to 37%. So what that means is, depending on the house, you might have to have a more aggressive offer, or you might be able to get a concession. So it'll be dependent on the house, but that means that demand's higher, the inventory is being absolved quicker, and the days on market has dropped significantly. That's a pretty key takeaway, but that's still better than it was 3 or 4 days when we had a big boom. Median list price, 436,763. So it's sort of stabilized right there, and so that means prices are holding steady. But if you notice, instead of an upward trend, it nationally, let me make a comment on that. Nationally, the month over month has continued at about 5% pace. We're growing, which is exactly what I predicted, about 5%. But in our local market, March and April, prices have pretty much stabilized, and I think I know why. I'm going to show you right now, and that's this last slide. It's the number of homes with price reduction. So you can see it increased to 5,900. If we remember what the inventory was, around 12,000, that's about 50%. So that's half of the sellers. So what's happening here is there's people that need to buy. There are about 9 reasons someone needs to buy a house or sell a house. It's, closer to the grandkids, closer to work, needs to downsize. There's been a death, there's been a divorce, there's been an illness. There's all sorts of reasons. There's been marriages, there's been kids, there's all of these reasons people want to sell. And the need then exceeds the concern with the cost, because what's happened is about 35 to 40% of potential buyers are sitting on the sideline right now. So in theory, we should have a high inventory, but we don't. We have a low inventory, and we have enough demand that where prices are just sort of slowly going up. But you can see that those people that need to sell, about half of them, if they don't sell in the first weekend or so, and that 37 days we're talking about, if they sell in that early cycle, so the first weekend, if you get multiple offers, you have to be prepared to compete with those. If you get past that first weekend, you're probably going to get 5,000, 10,000 plus, either off the price or as a closing cost concession, which is actually more effective. My name is Todd Baker, DFW Mortgage Master, and I help people build mortgage plans. I'm a certified mortgage planner. Please reach out to me to build you a great plan to take advantage of these incredible opportunities we have in the market. Imagine this, when rates come down and another 35 to 40% buyers are added to that inventory that we have, what do you think is going to happen to prices? They would go way, way up. Thanks so much, and hope you have a great day.